Hey, how you doing? My name is Taji Hashemi Soha, and I'm with Team Phosphorus, and this is our deliverable 2. Now, I wanted to start off with our use case diagram. Now, there were some updates that we thought maybe we should change based on the feedback we received from our peers, but we decided to keep what we had from deliverable 1 because we felt as though we covered everything. Now, they did make a suggestion on our organizer, and overall, they were very happy with our use case diagram, so there weren't many changes that they suggested. They only made suggestions about our organizer. They said maybe we should add a manage registration limits and an upload race results use case. Now, we felt as though manage race encapsulates these use cases already. And we didn't want to add any more to it because we wanted to keep a high level of abstraction. So we decided to just stick with the manage race. And, thank you for the feedback, but we felt as though our use case from deliverable 1 was just fine. So we decided to stick with that. Now, moving on to our activity diagram, we decided to show you the workflow of somebody who's signing up for an official or an unofficial race. So the user presses the sign up button. We display the race types. The user chooses a race, and then we check whether or not the registration is open. If the registration is not open, we display the message, registration is closed, we end user workflow. If the registration is open, we move on to whether or not you want to do an official race. If you don't want to do an official race, we go right to spots open. If you do want to do an official race and you have a valid license, we go to spots open. If you want to do an official race and you don't have a valid license, we give you the option to purchase a license, and then we validate that license, and then we check you to spots open. Here's where we check whether or not there's space in the race. Now, if the race is full, we display the message race is full, and we end user workflow. If the race isn't full and there's still spots open, we let you register for that race, and we send you a registration confirmation. And that covers the workflow of a user signing up for a race. Now, moving on, this is our UI mockup. So this is our Race Finder app. Here we have our home button. Here we have my races, where we can check if we're in any races, if we are in any. We can check we have the license button, where we could check our licenses if we have any. Here we have our profile button, where we can make changes to our profile, or we could just log out. In screen 2, we have our race details. Here is where you can sign up. We display the race name, we display the date, the location, the type. We show an entry fee if there's an entry fee, and we show whether or not there's any spots left. Now, if there's any spots left, you can sign up. If not, you can cancel and leave. And then if you do sign up, we send you a registration confirmation. We let you know that you've successfully signed up for the race you decided to sign up for. We give you the date of the race, the location, and we give you a confirmation number to be given when you show up to the race. Now, moving on to our class diagram is where we made the most changes. We decided, reading through the requirements and looking at our class diagram from deliverable 1, we decided that a layered architecture made the most sense for this system. The UI represents the presentation layer, the various system operations, registering racers, purchasing licenses, uploading race results, etc. are handled by the business layer. And the physical data storage, racers and their profiles, past races, reviews, etc., is taken care of by the persistence domain layer. It seemed like the simplest and more appropriate option. So here we have our business layer that covers all the services, like checking the license, registering for races, creating a race, managing user accounts. Here we have our UIs where we show registration confirmation, we show our race registration page, race finder, and here we have our domain where we're handling all the information, where we're creating the race, where the administrator, the organizer, the racer is doing everything that they can do. We're creating an official race and an unofficial race. We're processing payment information. We're checking for credit card information. We're checking whether or not you have a license. If you don't have a license, then you could create a license. You could buy a license. You could purchase a license. We validate that license. And specifically, a big change we made from our first class diagram is the difference between our official and our unofficial races. Now, the official races, it's obviously a race with a first, second, third, and then you have your podium. But with the unofficial races, we felt as though we could do more. So because it's more of a playground. So we decided with the unofficial races, you can sign up for an unofficial race. You could do a time trial. You can, just see how fast you can do this race. You can hit the track and see how fast you can get it done. You can get practice on the track. Maybe you will have a personal best. We keep records of your time trials, and maybe you want to beat a personal best. So you're able to do all these things with an unofficial race. And that basically covers all the updates for Deliverable 2. And we feel as though, we're doing pretty good, and we made some pretty good updates, and our class diagram here encapsulates the model view controller architecture very well. Thank you very much for listening, and bye-bye for now.